Welcome back to another episode of the Natty Teacher. I am, of course, your host. Who else but the Natty Teacher? And today, we are in the second week post-deload of training here. I should say, like, post-sickness more than anything. Or how would that work? Yeah. Was it? Yeah. Second week post-illness where I missed 5 days from the gym. One of them was a rest day, though, scheduled rest day. But, yeah. So we're restarting as far as a new training week. So what does that mean? Well, it means we have a push session on the dockets. What does that look like? Well, here's what we're going to do. Here's the plan. We're going to get in there. We're going to do a good warm-up and some good mobility work. And then we are going to go from there, essentially. And we are going to get nice and warmed up, get everything firing, get the shoulders and chest and triceps, all that old top line, raring and ready to rock and roll. Then we'll move into our flat Smith press, do a handful of pretty low rep warm-up sets there, get a feel for the weight, and get up to that top set, do 2 working sets at that top set. Then we will move into our plate-loaded incline press. After that, we will actually go into side delts for a couple sets. So we'll give the chest a little bit of a break because we're going like compound chest movement, compound chest based movement. Obviously, we're going to get a little shoulders. We're going to get some triceps in those movements for sure. But the core muscle group we are trying to hit the most of in those is obviously the chest. So big chest movement, and then we're going to side delts. We'll do a couple working sets there, get the side delts firing, ready to rock and roll. Then we will go and finish the chest portion of our push session with pec deck. And then after that is where we will have our tricep work, which today will be in the form of some overhead extension. And then some tricep, single arm tricep push downs with just a short rope. So just kind of a short rope and just essentially extend right through like that. And then we'll end with some dumbbell side laterals. Those ones I usually do keep a little bit higher rep range. I'd say no less than 10 to 15 for those. I probably will continue to kind of build the weight, and those rep ranges will slowly start to get lower and lower. Not anything too low, but a little bit lower. And we'll go from there. So it's nice, too, because my last push session, the last time I did this workout, it was my first workout back after having the flu. So my strength was definitely a little off for sure. And my fatigue was definitely still high, and my endurance was pretty low. So I'm excited now to get in there, and I'm feeling good. Like, I feel good, and I'm raring and ready to rock and roll with this session, fully healed, not sick anymore or anything like that. So yeah, that'll be nice to get in there and go from there. So 4 meals in so far for the day, 4 of 6. And right now we have probably about 3 liters of water in. I'm a little behind on my water intake, maybe a little less than 3. But I mixed in the rest of my larger water jug that I have with this bad boy. So when I am done consuming this will be officially just over 4 liters. Yeah. So anyways, that's the deal. So I'm going to get in the gym and get warmed up. Get some good mobility stuff going, get the, chest and shoulders and triceps especially more than anything nice and pumped full of blood, but without doing too much to get them raring and ready to rock. Then we'll do some warm-up sets on our flat Smith press, build up to our top sets, and that's where I'll see you guys next. So top set of flat Smith press coming at you right about now. All right, so as promised, mobility work and warm-up work is done. Now we are moving on to our first exercise, which is just a flat Smith press. I will say this one, while the form was good, pace was good, tempo was good, all that, the only thing I regretted about this is if you kind of look closely, the angle in which I'm pushing up, I actually had the bar too low on my chest, which absolutely took away from my top set strength here. Like, I guarantee I could have got another rep or 2. I mean, watching this video, I feel like I could have got another rep. But definitely made the adjustment and actually rep matched that on that second working set. So I was like, gosh dang it. But that's all right. So did a 2x6 with that weight to start us out. Now we got some incline plate loaded press here. Again, guys, this is my newer split. I've been running this one for the past few weeks, and so we're kind of front-loading some of those bigger movements earlier on, so we're able to use quite a bit of weight here. Strength in the off-season right now is definitely progressively climbing up with all body parts, so that's a really big positive. 2 working sets at this weight, keeping it in that, again, roughly 5 to 8 rep range or so for both sets. So then we moved on to some machine side laterals here. 2 working sets here. We did a mile rep match setup. Here's the problem I've run into. I have officially gotten to the point now where both of these sets were sets of 12. So I did a top set of 12 and then a mile rep match set of 12. And this is with all the way down the stack, plus 50 pounds on there. So it's one of those things where I don't have a gym pin. I literally have to like kind of snag another pin from a different machine and put it on. So I'll like put a 25-pound plate on the pin on this machine and then put a find like another pin and put another 25-pound plate. And so I'm at the point now where I'm hitting such high reps that I was kind of thinking about it. I'm like, all right, either I can switch exercises because we've kind of maxed this one out, for lack of better terms, or I can go to a single arm variation. So what you guys will probably see here in the near future is just some single arm work. I have no idea what that's going to look like as far as like weight goes, but just to kind of like load the delts a little bit different and, get them into a different spot. Well, the spots will be about the same, but it'll load a little differently. And obviously with weight, the weight will obviously be drastically less because we're using one arm at a time. So we'll rebuild that, and that'll take us a while to max out the machine, I think. So anyways, 2 working sets there. The second one being a mile rep match set, so both sets for 12 reps. Then did some pec deck with the D handles. Has become one of my favorite chest fly variations. I feel like I'm able to use a lot of weight here, but at the same time still control it, get that good stretch and squeeze, and these D handles really, really help with that and helping kind of save my elbows and all that stuff. So anyways, 2 working sets here. Again, you'll see the reps. I think these were both sets of 7, so kind of the theme of the offseason at this point is reps have gotten slightly lower. I would say mainly between that 6 to 10 rep range, 6 to 8 kind of being the sweet spot. So again, 2 working sets here, second one being a mile rep match set with that top weight. Then onto triceps we go. We got some just good old school overhead tricep extensions. Has again become one of my favorite tricep builders for sure, and we are getting good and strong at it too, so I'm really, really digging it. Absolutely have seen some phenomenal progress. I felt like I didn't really see it as much as I wanted to early on in the offseason, but as of late, I've really, really seen some great progress in my triceps, and I know for a fact that this exercise has attributed to that for sure. So we did 3 working sets here. This one I do keep a little bit higher, I would say in that 8 to 12 rep range or so for all 3 sets, so I'll hit a top weight, and until I can hit that weight for 3 sets of at least 10 reps, I usually wait to go up. So when I can do that, then I will add, 2.5, 5 pounds, whatever. Maybe a little less. Maybe if I do like a third set of 8 or 9, I'll still go up. But regardless, felt really good. Definitely continuing to move up in as far as the strength on this exercise goes. So definitely digging that. Then to end the actual push session itself, we just have a cuffed tricep extension here, single arm cuffed tricep extension, but not cuffed around the wrist, but I'm just gripping onto it instead and just driving that weight down through, guys. So felt really good here as we kind of move into the outro. Again, as a reminder, this should look a little different. I actually skipped a couple weeks of workouts just purely to kind of get caught up on the channel. We are back officially. I do apologize for the hiatus, guys. This one, by the way, was 2 sets of 9 per arm, so second one being a mile rep match set as well. But yeah, I apologize for the hiatus, and I apologize for not being as consistent as I would have liked to have been, but you will see that consistency change. I can promise you that. Oh, hold on, I lied to you. We do have one more movement. But yes, still, all that still stays the same. So one thing that I've found is I have been having a lot of fun with some dumbbell side lateral variations, being a little bit, I don't want to say loose, but looser in my form here. I just enjoy it, dude. I do. Like, it's not like I'm using 100-pound dumbbells and like swinging them up like crazy or something like that. Like, I have a little bit of body English, I got a little bit of momentum, but I'm still controlling those dumbbells and going from there. So we did 2 working sets here with, these are the 40-pound dumbbells, and I believe we were somewhere in that 10 to 12 rep range for both. It felt really good. It was just a nice way to get a little extra side delt volume in towards the end of the workout. Obviously, the body's very fatigued at this point, so I'm not trying to go super, super crazy, but it still felt really, really good. See you in the outro. Push a session in the freaking books. Hey, man. It was a great session. Phenomenal session. I gotta admit, not even like disappointed. It was my own stupidity, for lack of better terms. In my warm-up sets for flat Smith and in my top set, I had the bar just coming a little bit too low on the chest. Like, not to say that it shouldn't come to the lower chest, that's not what I'm saying, but just watching the footage back, and just based on how the set felt, I felt like I was almost pressing at an angle. So I definitely did not have as much like drive out of the bottom as I wanted. I was like, gosh dang it. But I fixed it the second set and actually added a rep to that set from last week. So I was like, that's good. So I still rep matched my top set from last week. This week, even with the form being a little bit off, not really hitting the spot that I'd want it to hit, that kind of sweet spot. And then the second set, it was definitely closer to where I'd want it to hit, or like, where I'd want it to hit. And I ended up adding a rep from my second set last week. So I was like, okay. I'm like, well, that's cool. I'm like, that's good. So that gives me some good hope for next week when we'll hit that weight again. And it should move very, very smoothly now with that little tweak. Just having, bringing the chest a little bit further under the bar is all. So, yeah. Anyways, yeah, no, still phenomenal session, guys. We're getting to that point again in the off season where the weight is starting to creep up quite a bit. Just kind of how it is. We're getting pretty strong. Not that I'm like the strongest dude ever, but pressing still definitely is a weak point of mine. I have very long limbs. I have long legs and long arms, so I have a decent range of motion when it comes to pressing for sure. But regardless, definitely getting stronger on it, which is good. With still good, tight, controlled form and technique. So that's exactly what we want. But yeah, like I said, no, phenomenal session. Not really much more to add other than that, man. It was a great workout. Again, gets me. Those are the kind of workouts where like that little tweak at the beginning, or that little being off a little bit that top set. It gives me that like fuel. Like it makes me excited for next week. I already said that, but it's one of those workouts where I left feeling really good still because it was still a really good workout. And then on top of that, it's like makes me hungry for next week. So I'm like, oh my god, it didn't hit the spot that I wanted to hit for the top set this week. Just wait until next week. You know what I mean? Like yes, like I can't wait until next week now. It's gonna be good. So yeah, so I'm excited for that for sure, and excited for the prospect of how I'll be able to work that. I really feel like I'll be able to get some good reps for sure with that top weight. So but anyways, yeah, still phenomenal session. I know I keep repeating myself. I don't have a whole lot to add to it, to be completely honest, so we'll probably just cut it about here. Tomorrow's workout for me is a pull session, or pull A session of the week, so first pull session of the week. Did do my cardio this morning, of course. Guys, don't miss your cardio. Even in the off season, some form of cardio, even if it's just like walking outside 15-20 minutes a day, maybe in the morning, riding a bike, walking on the treadmill, step mill, whatever. A little bit of cardio only is going to enhance your off season, not take away from it. Then you don't got to do it 7 days a week. I'm not saying that, but I would highly recommend some consistent cardio in your guys' regimens for sure. So, anyways, yeah. So I'm gonna go home, get my post-workout meal in. So that'll be again meal number 5 of 6 for me, and it's still not even 5 p.m. and all my food's already made, which is nice. So I don't really have a whole lot of prep work today, which would be cool. I just literally have to just pack meals and eat, which is nice. There's like maybe probably 1 or 2 days during the week where I have that, where it's set up to where I don't have to go home and make a bunch of food. Like it just lines up where all my food I at least have a couple like days worth of food, or a day or so worth of food, to where I don't have to make anything. Today is one of those days. So all I got to do is make my breakfast for the morning and pack my meals for tomorrow. That's it. So that's a nice feeling. So I'm gonna go home, eat, can watch watch a little TV while I'm eating, just kind of chill out, and go from there. So my wife should be on her way to pick up our daughter from work, so she's on her way home from work. So she's got a little bit of a drive, so I get a little time to kind of chill by myself and unwind and start to get ready for tomorrow. And then got the ladies coming home. Best part of my day. So anyways, if you have not already, make sure you hit that subscribe button. I really appreciate y'all. Really does mean a lot to me, guys. It means a lot to the continued growth of the channel. So thank you guys so much for hitting that subscribe button. Make sure you turn notifications on, so as soon as I upload a video, you get a feed full of this ugly mug just smacked right on there. Other than that, make sure you like and share the video. Let your friends know about the Natty Teacher. Let them know school has been in session, and it will continue to be in session. And if you have any questions, comments, or feedback about the video, anything personally for me, bodybuilding related, not bodybuilding related, that's fine too. Whatever you got, make sure you drop it down in the comments section below. But other than that, guys, hey, God bless. And for myself, the Natty Teacher, from the whole Natty family, Again, I appreciate y'all tuning in. This episode of Road to Natty Pro is out. I will catch you on the next one.